There once was a young man who wanted everyone to believe he was very rich. He thought that if people saw him as wealthy, they would admire him, respect him, and want to be his friend. So he created a show every day. He dressed in clothes that looked fancy, he borrowed watches from friends, he took pictures in front of cars that did not belong to him, and he posted these pictures online. He wrote big words about success and money, but the truth was very different. The young man did not have a mansion. He did not own the cars in the photographs, he did not have gold or diamonds, he lived in a small room. He worked. It's a simple job and he worried about bills. But instead of being proud of his honest life, he tried to cover it with lies. He thought if people only saw the image he created, they would not care about the truth. One evening, he called for a car to take him to a big party. He wanted to arrive looking important, so he wore shiny shoes, a bright jacket, and carried sunglasses even though it was night. When the driver came, the young man climbed into the car and immediately spoke loudly, "Hello everyone online, look at me, I am heading to a luxury party. I will show you what the life of a rich man looks like." He was live streaming from his phone. The driver listened quietly at first, but soon he realized what was happening. The young man kept pointing the camera at the leather seats in the car. Pretending they belonged to him, he said, "Look at my private car, look at my world of riches." The driver smiled to himself because he knew the truth. He knew this was not the young man's car at all. It was just a ride that he had ordered for a short trip. When they reached the party, the young man stepped out proudly, still holding his phone. Hi, he spoke to the viewers online, telling them that he had just arrived in his own luxury car. But then something unexpected happened. The driver leaned out of the window and said politely, "Sir, do not forget your receipt for your ride." The words were simple, but everyone heard them. The phone was still streaming, and the viewers saw the truth. Comments began to fill the screen. "Wait, that is not his car. Wait, he is pretending. Wait," he called a driver, and claimed it was his vehicle. The young man froze, his face turned red, and his smile disappeared. People at the party looked at him. People online laughed. Some felt disappointed, others felt sad because they realized he was not honest. The young man felt ashamed. He sat quietly in a corner and thought about what had just happened. He realized that pretending to be rich had not brought him happiness, it had only brought him embarrassment and lost trust. He realized that respect is not built on lies. It is built on truth, on kindness, on hard work, and on character. The driver who had spoken honestly came to him and said, "Young man, you do not need to lie to be respected. You do not need to pretend to be someone you are not. The world does not need more fake stories. The world needs real stories of people working hard and being kind. When you are honest, people may not think you are rich in money, but they will know you are rich in character, and that is worth more." The young man nodded and thanked the driver. He said, "You were right. I wanted people to admire me. But now, I see that admiration built on lies is weak and will fall apart. I will try to change. I will try to show the truth of my life even if it is simple, because it is better to be simple and true than to be fake and false." The driver smiled and said, "That is the first step to becoming better. Always remember, children, honesty is the strongest foundation. If you lie to build your image, it will collapse like a tower of sand. But if you build your life on honesty, it will stand tall like a mountain. No storm can break it." The young man went home and made a new live video. This time he did not show expensive cars or shiny watches. Instead, he spoke directly to the viewers. He said, "Friends, I lied to you. I pretended to be rich when I am not. I thought this would make me special, but it only made me weak. I want to tell you the truth. From now on, I live in a small room. I work hard each day. I'm learning and growing, and I want to share real lessons with you, not fake ones." Some viewers left, but many stayed, and many even wrote messages saying, "We respect your honesty. We believe in you. It is better to see the real you than the fake one." From that day forward, the young man began to share his real life. He showed his small desk where he studied. He showed his walks in the park. He showed his family meals. He showed his journey of learning and growing, and many children watched and learned. 2. Children who saw the story learned that pretending to be rich or famous is not the way to gain respect. They learned that respect comes from honesty and kindness. They learned that it is fine to have a small room. It is fine to wear simple clothes. It is fine to walk. Instead of ride in a fancy car, what matters is the truth in your heart and the goodness of your actions. So children, If you ever feel like pretending to be something you are not, remember the young man who faked being rich and was exposed by his own driver. Remember how it felt when people discovered the truth, and remember that lies cannot hide. Forever be proud of who you are, be proud of your family, be proud of your honest work and your honest dreams, because that is the true treasure. And so the story ends with a young man who learned that wealth is not in shiny cars or borrowed watches, but in honesty, kindness, and character. It ends with a driver who reminded him of the truth. And it ends with children who carry the lesson in their hearts.